Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at Gridiron Studios set of 4 oversized tires for the Stinger or the Vamp. We're going to put these on the Stinger, along with the spare tire and the jack, and see if this jack actually works, and then the assembly for the spare. And man, I'm going to start off right away and say there's some issues with this. And unfortunately, as of now, as of this recording, and I don't know if there's anything changing, the spare cannot be used properly with the Stinger. And it is, in my opinion, labeled wrong on the website because it says it's for the Vamp and the Stinger. And I will show you what you need going forward when we get into it. But we're going to pop these tires on, see how they look. We're going to put the spare on it. And then I'm going to put a mounted gun on top of it, and we're going to see how it all looks, and we're going to go from there. But stay tuned so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about, and then you can decide, because I don't want people jumping ahead, ordering this stuff, and then being like, you told me in your video that it works. No, I am telling you exactly what works and what doesn't with this set. So if you like this type of content, if you're going to stick around, you like what I give you, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gridiron video. Now let's get to this. All right, so here we are, the set of 4 tires, and they are really nice looking, okay? It says hybrid on them, rugged terrain, again, Gridiron Studios. It has a wonderful looking rim on it. Again, painted little rivets. That makes things just spark. You can look at that tread, and it's going to be great because you can leave treads in the mud or the dirt. But the one thing that I really don't care for is, you hear that, right? They are not soft and pliable at all. And I know there is, type of 3D printing plastic where this here is this way. The Vanguard isn't as pliable as this, but it is rubber tires, and this is something that definitely will make noise as you roll. Now if that doesn't bother you, then great. They look amazing. They are on some sort of bearing hub, so once we pop that thing in there, we'll see how it looks, and we'll see how it rolls. So easy peasy. If you do have a Stinger or you're on the fence about it, I will leave a link so you can order one, but all you're going to do is just pop these things on like so. Ooh, this is a tight fit. Man, that is a tight fit. They're not supposed to stick out like that. I don't believe it. Man, that is a tight. Man, that's as far as they go. Man, that is not right at all, because wow, what am I missing here? I mean, maybe that's as far in as they go. So we're going to squeeze it in there. And then throw this one on. I guess it makes it easier to come off. I mean, it is a tight fit. They're not going to just fall off. That is for sure. Man, this one went on and more. Man, so that's as far as, I don't know. So I'm scared to put much more pressure on it than that. This one went on further, but I'm definitely struggling. And this is not my Stinger. So I am worried. I mean, they're not going to fall off, but they're definitely kind of wobbly here. And here, this one, this one up front. I mean, you can see how far that went on. And this one, if we wiggle it a little. But I don't know. This is a really, really tight fit. Unlike the actual Stinger wheels. So, I mean, that's as far as I can get them on. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say exactly how they sit. Now, you can see that is how it looks. There is no rub against it other than if you use the shocks. But they're big and burly. They're definitely not going to roll the same as... I mean, they do roll. But they're not going to roll the same as the standard ones that came with it. All right. So there is that. So there it is with the wheels. It looks great if you like a big mutter. All right. But I do wonder, and I feel like I got them on all the way, but it is a tight fit, so you have to be pretty careful when you're doing that. All right. So now we're going to take a look at the spare tire. And it is the same tire, okay, as we showed you the design on it. And this is the assembly for it. All right, and first thing that you need is you need the roll cage back here. All right, now what's great about this, it's this thing just kind of lifts off and it comes right off. It's going to peg right into here. And if you're wondering how this is, again, you can you can take a look at my Vamp review where I put all this on. I wasn't going to go through it again. All right. So you have this piece here. All right. And you can see there's one place that's going to peg in and then the second place. The problem with the Stinger is you can only plug in up here. All right. Now that will be enough to hold it, but you don't have anything to support it. This was originally made with the Vamp in mind, which has the area for the jerry cans. But even with that, you need the gunner seat, which has a piece that pops in here that replaces the jerry cans. And that piece that goes in there also has a peg that this will plug into. So even though it says on the site that it's for the Stinger, as of right now, as of when I'm doing this video, the Stinger cannot put it on properly. And to me, that is a huge problem. It does say that on the site, yet right now, there's nothing for this. So not only do you need the Vamp to do it, you also need the gunner chair to do it. You also need this. So there's a few things that aren't there. And I really wish that there would be sets. You want this? Here's the whole set that goes with it. Now, if you already have that, you can buy this by itself. But I feel it should be explained and shown better on their website. I don't want someone buying this, watching this video, getting it and going, you know, Punk, you said that it works there. You're this big Gridiron shill. You covered up something that they did wrong. I'm not going to do that. I want people to know when they order it that there's going to be some things that aren't going to fit properly. So here we have the wheel, and that's just going to plug right on like this. And as you can see, it spins perfectly fine. You can wiggle it off. It does tend to fit on this better than they fit on here. All right. Again, this is first impression, first time I've done it. So you're seeing what I'm seeing. Here is the jack. All right. And you've probably seen big mutters with stuff like this. So quickly we can take a look at this design. It is all 3D printed. All right. It doesn't technically jack up. You have to lift it up and pull it up. But once this is opened up, it should support wherever you want this to be. All right. So we'll quickly take a look at it. Awesome paint here. You got the silver, just your regular black metal that would be running up. Handles painted nicely. Again, all their paint is always nice. Once we close it, then it's going to slide right down. And this here is made to plug in right there. So you can see where the little divots are. This thing plugs on like that. Then you put the wheel on. So there you got the wheel and you got this piece. Now you can get away with this. You can just kind of pop this on here and let it sit there. And it will work. I do think over time, because this is 3D printed, either this is going to start to warp from heat or it's eventually going to snap just from the weight. I don't want someone ordering it saying, hey punk, you said this works. This is not set properly. What am I doing wrong? What's right? What's wrong? All right. I just want to be full disclosure on that. So I pop this off here, pull the wheel off. Here we go with the jack. Now, again, you can't really jack it up. You have to just kind of lift it. But once you pull the jack out, it's supposed to stay in place. So here we have it at this height. We're going to lift this up. Oof. Now, I'm not going to lie. I did mess around a little bit with this, but it was without the wheel. So I wonder if the wheels... All right, there. So this has to be in the down position, and it is supposed to stay and keep it up. So now you want to have a figure working underneath it. You can do so. All right. Maybe this is Scott Summers, right? Wolverine kind of jacked it up, and he's going to get underneath it, and he's going to rip up the underbody of it because he's a little pissed that Scott went out with Jean Grey, and he really wants to date her. So awesome photography for stuff like that. But either way, my question is, how much do you want it to throw up there? All right. So now what we're going to quickly take a look at is throw this thing back up. Oh, let's put this on to see how it all looks. Right there. Then we're going to take this autocannon that I already had. You can see I got a nice base for it. I'm going to spin this off and then grab one of these. Now, if you are ordering this, if you order the autocannon, you can order it all like this and you'll get everything. But there are specific guns on there that you don't get everything. You don't get this base. You have to buy this separately unless if you have it. So don't go ahead and ordering something and realize you don't have the base and then you can't put this on here. But I will say, just looking at this, and I will drop a review. Well, I'll drop at the end of this a link to my review on this. You can see how it looks on the HISS tank. I didn't have the Stinger at the time, but this does look pretty awesome. And what's kind of cool is it goes up and down. Not every gun on 6-inch vehicles actually articulate up and down. Some of them just stay straight about 10 feet in the air. So there you go. That is how it looks with this autocannon. And again, it has the optic sights. It looks pretty sweet. But you can put other cannons on there. And I'll be dropping a video to another gun shortly. So, all right, there you go. That is how it looks. Now we're going to drop this over here, or move this over here. And you can kind of compare the two Stingers next to each other. It does make it look much more rugged. But again, it's not like this thing has tiny wheels. All right, it's not like the Stinger and the Vamp come with tiny wheels. But if you want to make it that much bigger, you can do that. You can just make it your big boy. It's going to be going through some thicker stuff. You got a nice autocannon, which does look awesome. All right, let's wrap this up. All right, so there you go. That is the Gridiron wheels and spare with jack for the Stinger. And again, I have the autocannon on it. I also have the roll cage on it. So again, it does look pretty good. I'm not going to lie. It's not like it doesn't look good. It does look pretty damn sweet. I actually really love it with this gun. I bought the gun because I really like the gun. There's no doubt about it. But all in all, looks cool, but there's a huge flaw when it comes to this. All right? Maybe there's no issue. Maybe it never has a problem. It is going to sway back and forth. Again, is it really going to? But this back piece here, which is on the Vamp, is there for a reason. So I wish it was labeled. I wish it was labeled better. I wish there was just a whole assembly kit that it comes with. I do not have the step bar, but that wouldn't make any difference. So it just be aware. Don't go ahead and order all this and then be like, hey, Punk, you told me to order this. You told me everything is there, but now I have a problem with that. Unfortunately, as of this recording, as I've said, I don't know if he has other things coming. I know he's been dropping a lot of stuff. There isn't anything for it, so I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much for sticking around. If you're on the social medias, please hit me up on Instagram and give me a follow, a Punk with Toys. We get the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a Punk with Toys. Now, you stayed this long. Take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and then hit that bell notification. Just because it feels really good. Now I'm going to get out of here. Don't go anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to the autocannon right here, and down here is going to be all the other Gridiron stuff that I reviewed. Take care.